and I wanted to talk to you today about some homeschool curriculums and do a real quick overview so that you know what to expect when looking at homeschool curriculums. Everybody's asking about them these days, and I am a homeschool mom, homeschooled my kids for 16 years, and I have the website homeschoolcon.org where you can find more information. And you need to know that your state will have different homeschool laws than other states. Texas is better than most for homeschooling, and you can find out more about those laws on study.com. Go to the very bottom of their front page, and they have this little picture here, and you can put it in your state and look up the laws for your state particularly. So talk about real quick, Christian versus secular. Christian homeschoolers have been around for a long time. They typically have been the ones that have been homeschooling for the last, 20 years or so, since it's been legal, and sometimes before it was legal. So there are a lot of homeschool-based curriculums that are Christian, and there are a lot of homeschool groups that are Christian. Increasingly, secular homeschooling has become a thing, and so you can find some that are secular-based and secular groups. A lot of math curriculums and learning to read curriculums are not necessarily Christian or secular. Those are pretty much agnostic, I guess, and you can find a lot of different options. I'm going to show you just a very few options of things that are out there. Another thing you need to know is that a lot of these curriculums, some of them I've used, some of them I have not, and I'm really going to give you just a short overview. I have done a different video that goes in depth, and it talks about all different kinds of curriculums. So some things you need to keep in mind: are you going to be homeschooling for a short time, or are you planning to go long haul? What are your teaching styles and your learning styles of your kids? And what ages are your children? And what kind of time do you have available to homeschool them? And then budget. I'm mostly going to be concentrating on budget for this video, so just keep that in mind. K-12 is a homeschool curriculum that they have a private section and they have a public section. The public section is an online charter school. It is not considered homeschool as far as legalities go, so keep that in mind if you're looking at it. The curriculum follows the public school curriculum because it is a public school. Now, K-12 private, you cannot do K-12 public school for ages for up to second grade. Third grade and up, they have it. Below third grade, they do not. So they have this private academy for K-12 where you can get kindergarten through second grade, and you can also, if you prefer, you can pay them and have the same curriculum for private instead of public charter school. This is really late in the season for them to be accepting people. I don't know if they are right now or not. Probably are because of the situation with the COVID, but they may not be. So K-12 private academy is something to think about. I don't know how much it costs. If you're on a budget, there are lots of free and low-cost resources, but just because they're free or low cost doesn't mean that they're not as good. It all depends upon how you utilize them with your kids. Here are some of the curriculums. Excuse me. Here's some curriculums that I'm familiar with. Time for Learning is a good one if you are not sure how you're going to homeschool your kids or what you're going to use, and you're just trying to feel everything out. They are $9.95 a month for pre-K through 8th grade. 9th through 12th grade is $30 a month per student. Both of them are paid per student. To be honest with you, pre-K through second grade, you probably really don't need a curriculum at all, although this does have probably some fun games for those ages. This is a good option if you're just pulling them out part-time and you're thinking about putting them back in. It is not accredited, but it does have standards-based, they say. Easy peasy, all-in-one high school and all-in-one homeschool. I don't have it on here. Anyway, all-in-one homeschool is allinonehomeschool.com, and all-in-one high school is allinonhighschool.com. And they are free. It is Christian-based. It is completely online, and the all-in-one homeschool for K through 8th grade, they have it broken up by ages, by grade level. So you can just go in and use those lessons. For high school, it's a little bit different. They have it broken out by classes, more like a college would, where you choose which classes you want to do. So if you're doing high school, you need to know that you need a certain number of classes to take to go to college. Or if you're not on a college track, you can take other classes. But college track is generally 4 English, 4 math, 3 science, foreign language, at least probably 2 years of a foreign language, that sort of thing. So this all-in-one homeschool is completely free, and a lot of the classes are actually from colleges that they have online, and you're basically auditing those classes. So there's a lot of really good classes on Easy Peasy homeschool and high school. When my kids were little, I just went to Sam's Club or Walmart and I bought these books, these workbooks, and I just taught them what was in the workbooks. I taught them how to read with other curriculums, and I taught them how to do math, and I taught them the things that were in these books. They've got first grade here, addition and subtraction, first and second grade. You can go, like here's physics experiments for kids, engineering activities for kids. Basically, these little workbooks are amazing. They have a lot of information in there. They're fun to do, and your kids really don't need any more information than what is in those. Resources to buy your curriculum. You can go to Amazon. You can go to Mardel and go and check out the books there. Barnes & Noble has some. You can go to Half Price Books or to eBay and buy used curriculum. Christianbook.com has all kinds of homeschool curriculums. You can go by grade level, you can go by curriculum, you can go by subjects, electives, all of this stuff. You can go and check out all of these different kinds of publications. Christian Book obviously is going to be mostly Christian based. There is also one called Rainbow Resources that is the same sort of thing as rainbowresources.com. There's a secular homeschool list here, and this is called steamsational.com, and they have, obviously kindergarten through high school, a list of secular homeschool curriculums that you're interested in. Basically, these are the classes that you need to be looking at for curriculums. I have a lot more information on my website, and if you go to homeschoolcon.org, then I have a great little 101 introduction to homeschool 101 class there, done by a lady named Misty Beardsley. And you can go watch that, and it will tell you a lot more about what to expect for homeschooling, things to look at when you're considering it. But if your real question is, can I afford to homeschool? The answer is yes. Homeschooling can cost nothing. Okay, it's not really nothing because you still have to feed them, but it can cost pretty much nothing, and you can go all the way into thousands and thousands of dollars. It just depends upon what your budget is and what you're interested in doing for it. If you are doing something that is all of it, like a Becca that is made for a private school, you're going to pay a lot more, but it will be accredited, and usually they will also keep your grades and all that sort of thing. If you're going to homeschool for a year and your child is especially going into high school, you might consider, or if you're pulling them out for a year in high school, you might consider doing an accredited class like Bob Jones or a Becca, because then the high school will be more likely to take an accredited class and put your child right back in. Otherwise, there's sometimes testing. There's all kinds of red tape that they will put you through to go back in for high school. For elementary school, there may be a test just to place them, but for the most part, it's not that big a deal. High school is when it becomes very hard to pull a child out and then put them back in. So those are things that you need to consider, and I hope this helps somebody. Go to homeschoolcon.org and watch our 101 class. Thanks. Bye.